Hi everyone, welcome back. And today we'll be looking at Microsoft Teams and how to get started with Microsoft Teams. So, to get started, all you just need to do is have an active subscription with Microsoft Teams. So, let's have a look at what subscription comes with the Teams app. So, we have our Business Basic, we have our Business Standard, but there's a new subscription which is the Microsoft Teams Essentials. So those come with just the Teams feature. However, the basic standard comes with Teams and other services. Or you could also go for the Microsoft 365 Business Premium. So once you have either of the subscription assigned, all you just need to do is come to the browser and type in teams.microsoft.com, and this loads the web interface for Teams, which looks like this. However, let's say you want to use the desktop app and not the web. All you just need to do is click on the three dots on the top right hand side and select download desktop. You could also use the download mobile app option if you want to have it installed on your mobile. But let's click on desktop. I already have this installed on my computer, so I'm just going to cancel this and launch my desktop app. So yeah, this is it. It kind of looks the same thing as the web. It just have some more features. So we're going to be looking at all the functionalities of this icon. So the first one we'll have a look at is the activity. So this shows all your activity on Teams, like your replies, your notifications, your mentions, either in a private chat, meetings, everything shows up here. Then you can also filter, apply filter, you could search anything, you can mark all as read, etc. Then we'll come to chat. So this shows all the chats you have with everyone, either a one-on-one chat, a group chat, a meeting chat. This will be listed here. And on everyone's chat, you can pop up the chat on another window. Maybe you want to have a look at other things, or you could also mute the chat. You could mark all as read. You can pin the chat. You can add them to your favorite contact, notify when this person is available. You just have so many options. You could delete the chat. Now, once the person sends you a chat, you can always react to the chat, either using the emojis. If you want more emoji option, you can click on the emoji with more reaction and select what emoji you want to use to react to the chat. You also have more options. You can reply directly to this chat. You could edit the chat. You could copy the link to the chat. You could delete. You can pin it. If you pin it, the chat will be showing at the top. Something like this. So that's it. You could also compose a new message, either just by typing. This is the regular way of typing. Or if you want it to be more defined, you click on the more feature. You can check the font, clear the format, turn it to a list or numbered. You can bold it, italics, depending on what you want. Also, you can make a chat urgent, important, or you leave it as standard. So let's say, for example, something is very important, it gives it important, or if it is urgent, the same thing, it's urgent, and the person will get a notification every 2 minutes saying this is urgent. You can attach a file. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can attach a file from your OneDrive or from your desktop app. Emojis, GIFs, stickers, so many more features you could do. You can also call this person directly from Teams, or this comes up, or you could do a video call with the individual. So this is direct call, this is video. You can also add more participants to this chat you have. You can have someone else by their name or their email. You can pop this up in another window. So you have many options where you can do the pop-up here, here, or here. Now, let's say, for example, you want to chat with someone. You all you just need to do is type in your name if the person is within your organization. And if the person is outside your organization and you have their email address, you just need to copy the email address. Or, for example, I have this user that I want to chat with. So if you notice, this is showing an email address of someone that's outside of my organization. However, it gives me this option, layer bash external. So if I click on the user, I get to chat with the person, but it has the tag external because this person is not in my organization. So when it comes to external users, you are limited on what you could chat with them. For example, you don't have the option to share a file. but you could compose a message. You have the stickers, the emojis, the GIF. You can also call, audio or video. You can add other people. You could also share your screen with this person directly without calling. So yes, this is when it comes to the chat. You can also see the availability, the status of each user. For example, this user is offline, and that's why it's showing here offline. You can get their email, their contact. You can directly call them. If they have a LinkedIn attached to your account, you can check them on LinkedIn. You can quickly drop them a quick message. That is chat, and that is how to search for external users. Now let's come to Teams. So in Teams, it's like a collaboration platform or session where your organization can work together. If you have a project you need people to work on to get updates to make them focus, you can create a team. Now there are options in creating a team. You can create a team or you can join a previous team. So if you have a team, they can share you the code and you can put in the code to join. Now let's I currently have a team here, and this team is for my party. Yeah, so these are all the channels that are in this team. So this team was created using a template, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So for every team you have the general channel, and then you can add more channels to the team. So you can click on show. This will show each team if you want it to show this way instead of hiding. Now for each channel you have the posts. This is where you can post conversation, hi or hello everyone. So this is where you post for general, that is everyone will see this. And then file, when I say everyone, I mean everyone that a member of this team. So you can add a member, you can manage the team. Yeah, so you can manage the team by adding members or guests, and here is list of, this will list if you have a member. Currently I'm just the only one, the owner, and this will also show your channels. If you want to add more channels, you can click on add channels. You can view shared channels, you can see deleted channels. If you're the owner, you have options to all this. Then settings for the channels, teams picture, do you want to change the icon or the image? Then members permission, do you want them to be able to upload app, do you want them to be able to add and remove app, delete and restore channel, create? These are permissions for the members of this channel. You can customize based on preference. And guests are external users. You can also add them as adding, when you're adding a member. What will make them guests is when the system notices the email address is different. Then for the at sign, how do you want people to so you can also configure this based on preference. For code, you can generate a code, and this is when you want to create or join a team. So for example, they can generate a code for you and you can share that code with anyone to easily join if you don't want to add them as a member. So for the team, do you want to enable GIF, stickers, meme, or you want to customize it? This is the option. So it's basically just allows you to configure based on your preference, the apps, the list of tags that you have, or create a tag. Then the general, so each channel, so a general is a channel. The announcement page is also a channel, same as budget and logistics. And these are the channels that I've created so far for my party. In the general channel, you have post tab, you have files, you have the files will show a list of all the files that have been shared. You can create a new file by clicking on the word, or you can upload, or you can simply just come to a new conversation and click on attach file, and this is where you could search either from OneDrive, upload, or browse to the Teams on channel to upload. And once that is done, you see the files listed here. Notes is also listed here, and if you want to add more application to the channel, you can just come to the plus sign and add more application that would make collaboration easy. Same thing we go for the announcement channel. You have the file, the notes, budget, etc. So now let's look at creating a team. So what we just do is click on the join or create a team at the bottom, and this is where you put in the code once it's generated, or you create a team from scratch. So this is the options we have when creating a team. You have from scratch, you have from a group or team. So if you have an existing group, 365 group, you can create a team for that group, or you use a template. So we have options to use template. I use the template manage event to create my current team. As you can see, it has everything defaultly created for me, your channel, and also added all the apps that it thinks is going to make the collaboration easy. And all you just to do is click on next. Do you want to make it private or public? So when it comes to private, means only members will be able to see the team and channels. Public means everyone in your organization, not around the world, but just in your organization, will be able to see the team and channel. So anyone can be selected. So let's go back and let's go back again. Let's look at creating from scratch. If you create from scratch, you have private, public, org-wide. Now org-wide means everyone in the organization must be a member, would be a member. Public means they would see it, but they are not a member. That means they can join. Private means only people with permission can join. That's people that have been given membership permission that can be joined. But this automatically joins everyone. So those are the options you have. If you click on this, you give it a name, you go to create, and you can easily add your channels. But in this case, since we already have a channel created, we're just going to discard that. Now we go to calendar. Your calendar basically shows all the activities you have that would be happening. This also sync with your Outlook application. That's if you're using the Exchange feature. Without Exchange, this calendar and your Outlook calendar do not sync. So you see a list of all the activities you have just on Teams. So now when I say it syncs, means you are using Teams, you have created an event with Teams. So now let's say you want to create a new event that would be scheduled. We click on new meeting and we type in just the options, the needed information, the name, the attendees by putting in their name or email address. This is because this person is internal. If it's external, you have to type in the email address in full, and then because this user has been added to my organization, and that's why it's showing intact. That's why it's showing. If it's someone else, if it's Gmail, you have to type in the email in full and then select. So you type in the date, the time. Do you want it to be a repeating event? Do you want it to happen in a channel? If I want it to happen in a channel, I just click on the drop down and select what channels do I want. If I want it to be logistic, then it's going to be in the logistic channel the meeting will take place. An additional note. And then we can send this. Once this is sent, it will show let's say continue editing and let me do send. So this will show automatically in my calendar as an event. So let's say I don't want to schedule a meeting, I want to start one immediately. So what we just need to do is click on meet now. This will generate a link which will be showing. So click on start meeting and this meeting will start almost immediately. So it will show you your configuration if you want to turn on the camera, if you want to change the effect, avatar, or video effects, you would have to make the changes here. You want to check your mic device, everything, and then you can click on join now. And so this is basically it for calendar. Next thing we go to calls. Now this shows all the calls you have, your call history, your contacts, everything. If you want to see who you've called so far, if you want to listen to your voicemail, it would be listed here. Now let's go to settings. Let's look at what we can configure or customize in our team. So we come to the three dots on the top right hand side and we click on settings. Now it brings us to the settings window, and the first thing we have is general and then theme. So currently we're on the default, which is colorful, but let's say I want dark theme. It gives the dark theme. What if I want the high contrast? It does the same thing. And you're currently on compact chats, and that's why you see the chat is showing like back to back. Let's go back to chat, and you see the chat is showing in this format. So let's change this to, we go back to settings, let's change this to comfy, and let's go back to see how this chat is showing. You see it's showing more comfy, showing I was the one that sent the chat in. So it depends on what preference you want. The next thing you can show preview chat in notification or in chat list. Application, do you want it to keep running in the background? Do you want it to automatically launch? Then new chat, do you want it to be on the same window? When they say main window, this is it. If you want it to open in a new window, it's going to be like a pop-up chat, something like this. So let's go back to settings and have a look at more settings. You can change your language. Delegate means if you want someone else to handle your calls. If you're unavailable, the call will also go to your delegate. So this option is people that your delegate to, and your own delegate will be listed here. So you can search for whoever you want them to handle your calls on your behalf will be here. Make or receive your calls. Then out of office is just the same way it works in Outlook. When you're out of the organization, you get, and someone is trying to chat you up, they get your customized message saying this person is currently unavailable and is on annual leave, something like that. So you can configure that also for Teams. Then we go to your accounts, shows all the accounts you have listed. Privacy shows if you want to block any contact, if you do not want this to be disturbed. Read receipts, if you want anyone to know they have read your chat or you have read their chat, you can turn this on or disable it. Partake in feedback or survey for Microsoft Teams. Then notification is also available if you want to customize. Do you want email notification if you're off Teams? Also the appearance of the notification in Teams. Do you want it to be Teams inbuilt, which is something like this that we have at the bottom here, or do you want it to be the Windows pop-up notification? So you can select the Teams inbuilt or Windows. Do you want the message to preview in the notification? So just like the way we have this, I can select turn off or dismiss. So if it's a message, I have reply as an option, and you can just do reply or mark as read. Do you want it to play a notification or a sound when a call is coming in, or do you want it to play a sound when a notification is coming? You can turn this on. Then you can customize for your teams and channel, for mentions, everything, activities, reaction. You can customize based on your preference. Same thing goes with chats. Do you want it to, if you're mentioned in a one-on-one chat, do you want it to show banner and also fed, which is under your activity? Do you want it when everyone is mentioned? Do you also want to get the banner and the fed? Or do you just want it to be only fed? Only fed, or you want to turn this off? Do you for messages, you want it to be banner and off? Like same thing. So it's just for you to select based on preference. Same thing happens with meetings and calls. Others is anyone joins a channel or anyone joins a team that you're also a member of, you can also select what preference you want. When it comes to devices, it just shows you your list of devices that you could use for your sound or your mic. And the unique thing is you can select a different device for your mic and a different device for your sound, and it should still work. And you can also test the behavior of this as well. Then you can scroll down, make more noise detection can be suppressed and all. Then we scroll down to camera. You can select what camera settings you want to enable. Do you want to have an external camera or same camera? Then app permissions, accessibility, sign language is, you can also manage that. Captions and transcript, you can also enable that for Teams meeting. Then files and link, do you want to change the location when you download a file? Where do you want it to save to on your local drive? You can always change the location. And if you open a file, do you want it to open in Teams or do you want it to open in your desktop app or browser? That's the option. Then for calls, you can also say, okay, rings. If it doesn't ring, do nothing. If it rings and you don't pick, forward my call to. Then voicemail, you can configure a voicemail. Ringing tone can be default, but you could check beep beep, bubble, any options that you want. Then voice recognition needs to be enabled by the administrator. So that's basically everything that you have in Teams. And yes, so let me change this back to, I think I'm going to go with dark. Yeah. So if you also want me to talk about any topic, or yes, do a video regarding any other issue with Microsoft, you can always drop a comment, and yes, we'll love to. Thank you. Bye. See you guys next time.